The new Despicable Me movie is loaded with interesting references. Additionally, there are many cameos from all the villains in the saga. I'll show you everything here. Today on Charlie Tells, we will review all the curiosities and secrets of Despicable Me 4. Ready? Let's go! At the end of the movie, Gru and Maxim sing together in jail. And here we have the return of the classic villains of the trilogy. Here are El Macho, Balthazar Brat, and Vector. This last one is special because at the end of his movie, he was trapped on the moon. Then they released a short film explaining that he tried to escape, but ended up trapped on Mars. Only in this new movie do they confirm that he managed to return to Earth and is in jail. Additionally, in the background, we also see Vector's father. In the same scene, villains from the Minions saga appear. Here are Scarlet Overkill and her husband, who were the main villains in the 2015 Minions movie. As we can see, they have aged since that story took place in the 1970s. And to finish with the villains, we also see those from the second Minions movie of 2022. Here are the evil Bell Bottom and the other members of her team. As we can see, they have all aged because this story was from when Gru was a child. The real question is how the nun is still alive if she was already old 40 years ago. When we check the Minions headquarters, we can notice funny things, like this little guy chatting with what seems to be a female minion. Interestingly, this photo is recycled from the first movie, when the Minions disguised themselves in a shopping mall. As you can see, they just reused the image for this moment. The movie has several references to the popular BTS band from South Korea. For example, behind Poppy's cell phone, we see the music group's logo. Additionally, in her treehouse, here on the right side, we can see the record of the song Butter, one of BTS's latest hits. In the movie, Gru changes his identity and gets a new job as a solar panel salesman. This seems to be an ironic reference to when he stole the moon in the first movie. In a way, the moon and the sun represent the two sides of Gru. When he stole the moon, he was a full-fledged villain, and now that he hides as a family man, he works with the sun as an ally. A subtle cinematic message. When the villain Maxim stops for gas, he uses his credit card, and we notice that it belongs to the Bank of Evil. This is the same bank we met in the first movie. Gru wanted to get a loan from them, and the place was run by Vector's father. Apparently the bank is still running without him. In the movie, Lucy destroyed a woman's hair, who then seeks her for revenge. This leads to a scene of the woman chasing her in a supermarket, but the reference is that during the chase, the iconic Terminator soundtrack plays, from the legendary 90s movie. In fact, the way the woman runs is very similar to the T-1000, the liquid cyborg from Terminator 2. When Gru hides in a new neighborhood, we see him wearing a very particular pink shirt. It has a small turtle logo on it. This is a parody of the famous Lacoste brand, which has a small crocodile on all its shirts. In this film, we see how 5 chosen minions enter a program to gain powers and become super minions. The whole scene is an imitation of the Captain America movie, where the hero also entered a capsule to gain his powers, just like the minions do. Additionally, the abilities of the Mega Minions are references to classic superheroes. This one has laser vision like Cyclops from X-Men. This one can stretch like Reed Richards from the Fantastic Four. This one flies and has a cape like Superman. This one has rock skin similar to the Thing from the Fantastic Four. And finally, this one has super strength, which could be a reference to the Hulk. This movie is set a couple of years after the third film. We know this because Gru has a baby. But the strange thing is that none of the girls have grown at all. According to the creators of the saga, this is because they don't want to age their characters. The production has said that these characters are frozen in time, similar to what happens with The Simpsons, who never age. So no matter how many movies come out, the girls won't grow up. In this movie, we meet a new character, Baby Gru, who shares his name with his father and some interesting features. For example, his peculiar nose. Additionally, the design of the baby reminds us a lot of the design Gru and his brother had when they were infants. This photo belongs to the first movie, and as we can see, both brothers look like little Gru. In Poppy's treehouse, we can see several references to classic villains from the saga. For example, here is a poster of the iconic Bell Bottom, the villain from the second Minions movie of 2022. And over here, we have toys of her fellow villains. I'm talking about the team of the Vicious Six. These characters were idols for little Gru, and now they are idols for Poppy. We all know that minions have a great love for bananas, and the new movie reminds us of this in several scenes. For example, in the Minions base, we see that the little ones use the filing cabinets to store bananas. And in front of them, we have another minion painting a banana artistically. And finally, we have this scene where they use X-ray glasses, and we can see inside a minion with a banana in his stomach, peel and all. The character Poppy is a cat fanatic. We know this from the love she has for her fat cat. But if we analyze closely, we see that her entire treehouse has a cat theme. Over here is a blender with a cat tail. Her wall headphones also have cat ears. The floor puff is a little cat. And even the railings of her dance game are designed like the silhouette of a cat. In the Minions offices, we can see this computer with an animation of a minion piloting a ship in black and white. This is a reference to the classic 1928 Mickey Mouse short film. Additionally, it seems to be a reference to the fact that Mickey Mouse is now public domain, so anyone can use him. When Gru enters his school to steal the honey badger, we see a very particular painting in the principal's office. It shows a young man with a green hat, resembling the villain from the Lorax movie, The Once Lair. The clothes are similar. It is worth noting that Lorax is also an Illumination Studios movie, so it wouldn't be impossible for both stories to share a universe. During the award ceremony at the beginning of the movie, we see some interesting monsters. For example, this green sea monster also appeared in the Minions movie, but there are also other horror creatures, like this man with a Jason Voorhees mask. And over here, a creature with an exposed brain. It looks a bit like the Martians from the classic movie Mars Attacks. Let's go with more K-pop references. When Gru and his family move house, we can hear the popular song Boom Baya by the South Korean group Blackpink. But anyway, that's all for today. If you liked the video, you would help me a lot by leaving a like. That would be legendary. Also remember to subscribe because I'll be uploading more videos about your favorite movies. Thanks for listening. My name is Charlie, and I'll see you in the future.